So when was the last time you've done something for the first time? I joined YouTube March 29th, 2007. This is my first live. Did a big switch, started last week, continued aggressively through today. Still got a few more things to do, but consolidating a lot of things, consolidating westschaefer.com, consolidating the saleswhisper.com, which I created in 2006 and trademarked, and putting it all into BJJ and Biz.com. I got my black belt last month in July. And I've had this idea for quite some time to do events, conferences, some hybrid sales / business and Jiu-Jitsu conferences, renaming the sales podcast as the BJJ and Biz podcast. So going all in at 55 years old. So let's see what happens. And, I've got a VA helping me out and consolidating, renaming all of my social media profiles and accounts. And I've had my 12 Weeks to Peak program for a couple of years. And one of the things I have you do is make more content. I have you write every day. I have you make videos every day because most people are uncomfortable putting themselves out there. Most business owners hate sales and marketing. Most people in general hate public speaking. They say that public speaking is the number one fear ahead of dying. So they say when you go to a funeral, most people would rather be in the coffin than give the eulogy. But in business, always it's been true, but especially now with social media and the prevalence, the predominance of video for everything, for communication, for education, for information. You got to be making video. You've got to be putting yourself out there. Okay, you're either doom scrolling or you are putting yourself out there, and let others doom scroll and find you. But what do you offer to do that? So, I've been in sales full time since 97. Again, I've been on my own since 2006, been at Jiu-Jitsu now for almost 9 years. I've published over 800 episodes between the sales podcast and the CRM sushi podcast, and probably been on 100 episodes, written a couple of books, raised 7 kids, 4 grandkids now. So I don't know. I feel like I got something to offer. Let's see, shall we? So I'm going to start doing these, probably do these live. We'll see how this goes. I'm figuring out the sequence of content production, how to aggregate it, how to chop it up, distribute it, between Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, LinkedIn, portrait, landscape, 16:9, on and on, captions, no captions, 1080 or 720 or, good grief. That's a lot. But you've got to sometimes just jump in. Okay. So that's what I'm doing with this. Let's go live. Let's talk about things while it's fresh before I even shower for my jiu-jitsu. So I won't take too long with this because I need to shower. But so 2 days ago, I went to another gym. It was a Sunday, and because I missed Saturday, I usually go 6 days a week, and we're off on Sundays. But this local gym, I know the owner, good guy, very close school. And so I rolled with some guys I don't know, some black belts. They start out chill, and they went hard after that. But one very advanced black belt was very good with the over-under pass. And the ironic thing is my instructor, a very high-level black belt, also, he does the over-under so much that he stopped doing the over-under because it wasn't a challenge for him anymore. 2017, he was number 1 in the world for his age and weight. It's a powerful pass. And so this guy did it, but then went back to the center and knee barred me with from the over-under. So talking today on Tuesdays, we do no gi. So it's a little different, obviously, than gi, but the fundamentals are the same. So we went over the over-under pass. We went over how to perform it and then how to defend it, how to counter it. We did also shooting to a single. I think I put double on the title, but we were shooting singles, and then we were countering the initial and then starting from there. Once the counter kicks in, how do you transition? Can you finish the takedown, or can your opponent, turn things around and flip it on you and get you down? So, all of this, the reason I'm going this direction with BJJ and Biz is because the more I do jujitsu, the more it is just life. It is business. It is sales. Sales is a full contact sport. Are you practice drilling and rehearsing? Are you leveraging new techniques? Are you brushing up on the old? Because what's old is new, right? There's literally nothing new under the sun. AI is here to stay. I get it. I like it. I use it. I use it every day. But there are still humans on the other end of the screen. So are you leveraging these tools, but personalizing them, customizing them enough to connect with the humans on the other end of the screen? Okay, but on that over under, and I may start recording at the school. I'll figure it out. I'll talk with the owner. I'm sure he'd let me. But think about, if nothing else, right? Use this to, if it's of interest to you, go do a search here on YouTube and go see what you like with that. But it can be done by simply, entering and getting after it, or you can kind of step through, step in the middle and grab the leg. But like it says, the far side, I'm right-handed. I usually pass to the left, like most of us, right? So your right hand is under their left thigh. Your left hand is over their left thigh. You're driving your head into the gap in their hip, into their left hip, and then put that pressure on them. And typically you will scoot your way back to the middle, pinching your legs, pinching their leg, right? But pinching your legs, and then your outside leg. If you're right-handed, then your left leg is the outside leg. Keep that stiff, and then do a big back step with your right to pass that leg. One of my most successful passes forever is, I need to look up the name, but it's when you turn your hand. Again, I'm right-handed, so I'll turn the hand, stuff their right shin, stuff their foot in their butt, right? Throw the shoulder over their back, and then again drive the shoulder, drive the head into their chest, their ribs, their abdomen, jam the foot, fall on the head, fall the arm over the shoulder, throw your head in. So, the over-under is similar in that regard, right? You're trapping that leg so they can't follow you. And that big back step helps you unwind it. But from there, if you inch your way back to the center, you can kind of figure four your legs, cross them a little bit, and you can arch in and get a knee bar there. So we went over the counter, right? And it's literally anticipating it and steering them in that direction by, again, most people are right-handed. They're going to pass to my right. So I'm seated, left knee up, hand up, right hand resting on my thigh. So when they shoot that over under, I'm immediately getting an underhook on their left arm. And immediately, double if I have to, but rip that arm, shove their head. You can get a reverse triangle out of this. You can get a shoulder lock or an arm bar with their left arm, but it changes the game and it's quick. So, 7+ years ago, I took some private lessons from my instructor. And again, this was his pass. And we spent a lot of time going over it. But I haven't done it in years because there's always something new coming out. And so, going to visiting a new school, visiting, training with people I don't know their game. On the one hand, it was frustrating, right? This guy is just ragdolling me. But he's a much more advanced practitioner, younger. But it opened my eyes, reminded me of something I've got to get back to, something that works. In business, I would say for you've got to get back to writing, especially in this age of AI. It's going to make us dumb and lazy. You need to clarify your thinking. Okay, so make some videos by all means. It's where people are hanging out, but continue to write. And there, you can write an article for free on LinkedIn. You can get Substack, Beehive. I'm an affiliate of Beehive. I'll put a link in there. You can use Medium, Beehive, Substack, Quora, again, LinkedIn, WordPress. You could have a Facebook. Facebook gives you a lot of room to write. But you need to consolidate your thoughts, clarify them. It'll help you in attracting leads when you're speaking with people that are questioning. When you have something already written, it's powerful. Okay, when you already have thought of their question and you have already answered it, it proves that you're the one they should be dealing with. Okay, that's the power of writing. And so, and a lot of the things that you create, I haven't created a lot of new stuff in years. I've updated a lot of stuff. So the content is new in that it is updated, but I'm not starting from scratch. Rarely do I start from scratch anymore. But I mean, I've written blog posts and made videos. Since 2007, I've been making videos. Started my website in 2008. Wrote my first book 2012, another one in 2014. The 2014 was a compilation of my weekly whispers. So that was over 70, it was 79 stories. I used to have a URL for 79 stories. And then I updated that. I think it's got 84, so that's a lot of writing over the years. So, and nobody can do it for you. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu, martial arts, fitness. AI can't do sit-ups for you. AI can't submit your opponent. So continue creating content and focus on the writing. Make time for that when you're fresh. Then figure out how to make some videos as well. Put yourself out there. The first time you do it, it'll be the worst. And from there on, you'll always get better. Okay, which is true of everything. So, like the title, I'll go fix it. But I think I said double leg. But we also worked on single legs, and made a video yesterday. But I'm figuring out the landscape, and I got to get a microphone, all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna not make content. So let's just go. But shooting that single leg, most people. I was teaching the kids yesterday, 2 different classes. And the older kids, we were shooting double legs yesterday, but single legs today. And you've got to, just like golf or baseball, swing through impact. Boxing, like if I'm punching this microphone, right, that's their face. You don't punch there and stop. You punch through, right? Your opponent's chin. You punch through. So when shooting, your knees got to drive past their feet, get up under them. Then you can put your head, your cheek on the side, wrap on the double leg, right? Wrap the leg. Don't grab the hands, right? Grab their thighs, their hamstrings, and sit up, arch up. Now they're light. Now your head can tilt them, your arms can shove them, you can fall on top, So work on that. Work on shooting your knee through past the feet. Get on, and that's jiu-jitsu, right? If I can get under you, I can sweep you. If I can get under you, I can take you down. If I get under you, I can throw you over my head. Right? So work on shooting that lead knee. And then, you bring the back foot around. You may kneel behind them, or, if you're just quick, you're shooting through, you're standing up, but that foot's coming around, so you can trip them, you can take them down. And on the single leg, we just, it's similar, of course, but different. I do single legs. I'm older. I'm not that quick. I'm not that flexible and nimble. So a lot of times, I'm snapping the head, popping them down as they pop up. Now I can go down, or I'll just simply shove. I'll shove the far shoulder with the right hand, make them step back. Now I can go down and scoop their right leg, but keep pressure on the shoulder. Now I can lift the leg now, and I like to step around and hug the leg. Hug it with both, or hug it with the right. Grab them on the shoulder, grab them on the hip, and then just kneel and spin backwards, and they fall right down. Stay connected, right? Stay heavy. Grind down on them. Maintain control. Pass the guard. Go to mount, belly, whatever you like. Wear them out. Okay. So, all right, 15 minutes. First one down. Go shower. Got to move some websites still, move some content, consolidate some things. But you watch this later. Give me some comments. Let me know what you're working on, struggles you're having on the mats, struggles you're having in business and sales, copywriting. Let me know if you know some good business people that also do jiu-jitsu. I'll have them on as a guest on the podcast. So I'm just rebranding. I'm keeping the sales podcast up. I'm just rebranding it. So there's 725, about to publish 726. And I've already recorded the intro and the first episode for the BJJ and Biz. So I'm going to wrap up the one interview I got left for the sales podcast. But I'm ripping this Band-Aid off, baby. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'll go sell something.